As Sam said, we are developing all sorts of new things all the time. We're also going to be exploring new languages. So this is one of my favorite things currently. Some of you may or may not know, we are in English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Tagalog. So those are the 4 languages we currently have. But on the radar for 2022, we have French, we have Korean, we have Romanian, we have, oh no, I'm starting to, Russian. Sorry, I was like, oh no, I'm starting to forget them. What else was it, Sam? And 2 more mystery languages, everybody.
Hindi, Arabic, there are many that we want to.
Yes, so we have a bunch of them. And I am so excited. Hindi is one of them. Yeah, Joseph should know this one. He is definitely super excited about Hindi. So we have these languages. We were hoping to actually start the process of getting the translations December 1st, but we're actually in the middle of switching over to a brand new like translation. What do you call that, Sam? A translation
platform.
Okay, a translation platform. See, he knows all the technical terms here. Really not that technical, translation and platform, but that's okay. So a translation platform. So we're moving over to something that's much easier for our translators to use because we wanted to make this as easy as possible for them. So we are hoping mid-January that we'll be able to start doing that. So I am very, very excited about that. But and yes, someone just said Swedish. So here's the thing. If you have a language, and right now all of our translators for putting the app into a new language, they are volunteers. If that is something that you would be interested in, go ahead and send a private message to Sam right now because he's kind of paying attention over there and I'm talking. And so go ahead and send a message. We will write down your name. We can find you in our system somehow, or you can send your email address with it. But we would love to be able to start exploring other areas. But there are 3 announcements tonight. So I want to share with them. The first announcement, I'm going to leave the best for last. Okay. So sorry, I get really excited about things. So the first announcement is we are going to be starting to host weekly, what we call come and see meetings. So what it is like, do you remember like when the disciples were like, come and see him? We want people to come and see Adventist teams so that people can then come and see Jesus through what we post. So we will be hosting weekly meetings. Right now, there will probably be about 3 a week in English. There will be about 2 a week in Portuguese, and we'll have at least 1 a week in Spanish. And as we kind of start rolling out other languages, we'll probably be adding all of them to it. So we'll be posting something in Discord that will give you the times and dates because we're going to keep them very standard every single week. We know there was a mix-up with the Zoom link last night. Some people got in, some people didn't. If you tried, we're so sorry. But it's okay. We got it all figured out. So thank you for your patience. So we will be having these come and see meetings. However, I want to share something really exciting that we are also doing. So we are doing these meetings so that you can invite your friends, whatever. But maybe you are a conference worker, or maybe you work at a union, or maybe you're a pastor and you have like a lot of other pastor friends. We are willing to host meetings for just a conference, or for you and your other 5 pastor friends to invite your churches to. So for instance, I was talking to Dan Serbs. He is the Irish Mission President. Let's pray for the Irish Mission. They are excited about digital evangelism, folks. And I was so excited after talking with him. So we are actually planning to do something for all the churches in the Irish Mission on January 15th. So every church will be invited to a Zoom. We're going to talk about Adventist teams. We're going to talk about content creation, and we are going to get them excited about digital evangelism. So if you have an organization, it could even be that you have an organization. All right, I'm going to hope I say her name. Murray? Close? No? All right, I got it. My daughter's Morea. So I'm, trying here. So she hosts this One Accord Guild for Minecrafters. So she maybe says, okay, I'm going to invite all 250 of them, and we're going to kind of host it as this group. So it could be a group kind of a thing, a church, whatever. If you are interested in that, you can email me. Sam, can you throw my email in there? I am giving you all my email address. This is like really special, folks. So you can email me at trumana@gc.adventist.org, and we will set something up for your church, your organization. If you need it in Portuguese or Spanish, our team is here and they're willing to help you do it in any language. So that's the first thing. We're going to be hosting individual come and see meetings, but we also are willing to host them for larger groups. I actually think that's the thing that I'm most excited about right now, because you have a built-in community right there. So you're starting off with community. Second, Sam had me read a book. I don't know if he even remembers this. It was Called to Create. And I remember one of my most favorite things from this entire book was it talks about when Jesus was here, like the whole Bible starts. And it actually starts with God's creativity just being like shown. It doesn't start with him coming to earth. It doesn't start with anything. It starts with him demonstrating his creativity. And I think sometimes those of us church members who have creativity, we kind of feel like we don't really know, I don't know, what do we do with this? I believe that we have been given this incredible gift by God. The same gift that he opened the Bible with was his creativity, and he has endowed us with the same incredible gift. But like many of our talents, if we don't use them, we will often lose them. And there are many of us who are sitting here. We want to know how to use our talents for God. And we are super excited to share with you guys tonight. You are the first ones to hear. We have a brand new feature in our app that will be going live in January. And this is Creative Missions. Sam, would you just share a little bit about Creative Missions?
Well, here it is. If God called you to create something, and you go ahead and do it, you will be able to add that to the app so others in your team can share it. It's as simple as that. So you will go in, you'll create a piece of content, you will add the artwork, you will add the tags, you will add the description of the project, and you will add who participated in your project.
Oh, wait. So you're saying it doesn't have to just be one person? Like you can have a team of people creating all together, Sam?
Keyword teams, Adventist teams. So, and they don't have to be part of your team either. So if I collaborate with someone who's not part of my team, that's fine.
That'd be hard.
I can, yeah, well, for me, yeah. But if someone can do it with someone who's not in their team, that's fine. They can just add their name and how many minutes they worked on that project.
Why would the minutes matter, Sam? So let's say Sam and you and I collaborate on a project. We're going to create a podcast. We've talked about this forever. I don't think we'll actually ever do it, but let's just pretend we finally follow through with this. We create a podcast. Why does it matter how many minutes we spent on it?
Because if you and me, and let's say Maria, your daughter, participates, and a few others, each of us, for every minute of involvement in mission, you get 1 TMI point.
So wait, let's back this up. So every minute that we are involved in creating that, being creative,
yes,
we're going to get 1 point. So let's say we take 3 hours. That's like 180, right?
80 for
okay,
that
good.
episode, correct.
Math, I'm not a mathematician, everyone. Okay, so 180. So I would get 180 points.
Correct.
When we were done.
Yes, and I will get my share and so on. So when that happens, so let's say I add the mission, I added the screen, the thumbnail, I added everything, and I added the link on YouTube where this project is, where that video is. Okay, so I added that. Great. You will get a message saying Sam added a project that you were part of, and he said that you participated with 180 minutes. Okay, 3 hours. You will then confirm it. Once you confirm it, you get those points. Everyone confirms it, and then that mission becomes available for our teams. No?
Not quite yet. So this
Okay.
is actually a really important thing for people to note. There is always a checks and balances system.
We're not just going to publish everything?
We're not just going to publish everything. Now, here's the thing. We will publish anything that is in agreement with the 28 fundamental beliefs. So if you want to promote something that is anti any of our beliefs, it probably will never find its way on the app. So enjoy making it. You won't get points for it, and nobody on the app will see it. And also, if it is negative towards the church, I mean, that it kind of seems like a given, but I just want to make sure that we let them know. But other than that, the sky is kind of the limit. We just want to see. Now, does this have to only be like videos, Sam? Like, is it just kind of like YouTube stuff?
No, it could be anything. It could be anything that has a link. Because the point about the internet is links. So if you create in a remote platform no one has heard of, but you can get there with a link, you can publish that too. Whatever it is needs to have a single link, without passwords, obviously, that if another digital missionary shares it, their friend can benefit from the content you're creating. And the more specific that content, the better. General things on the internet that are very generic, they don't go very far. So it needs to be as specific as possible.
So I love this is my passion one. Okay. This was supposed to be in the first release, and it killed me that we had to take it out. And the reason why is because I have always been a creative. I've always wanted to create stuff. But then the thing is, it's like I've created YouTube videos, and I'm going to tell you, my mom really likes them. Isn't that the truth though? It's like you have this small group of people who might see it, and your mom might watch it like 7 or 8 times. You're like, oh yeah, I got 8 views. Oh, they're all from my mom. But that's okay. She's super sweet. And I love that she supports me. But now if you're creating something that can reach others, literally everyone in the world church can now have access to that, because there could be something that you have been called to create that my friend needs. And I am waiting for you to create that content. God has called all of us to create in whatever form that may be. I'm not saying you all have to be an artist or whatever, but everyone can collaborate. Everyone can have a part to play in using the creative gifts that God has given you. So you're going to get lots more information about it. And we are kind of actually edging out of time. So maybe we shouldn't actually mention the last one, Sam.
I don't think we should. No.
So I think time is up.
No, we need to. It's too good.
Okay, no, I can't. I can't do that. Okay. Okay, so when we tell you we listen to you, this is actually truly us listening. There is somebody who is here who contacted Sam. So then Sam sends me a message. This is always the start of trouble. And he's like, I don't know. What do you think about this idea? I kind of like it. And I'm like, And then I sit there and I think through every single problem that can go wrong in my head. And then I was like, I like it. So then I had to contact our developer friend, whom you will meet at some point, Daniel. And I said, Daniel, we need you to rewrite code. Because at the end of this year, we aren't going to reset the points.
What?
You're going to keep all the points going through 2022. So what we are doing is every year, because we are working towards a trip every year as servant leaders, every year there's going to be a new training trip. So this year, if you hit servant leader, you will be joining us in Jerusalem. So what we were trying to do is we reset it, because then the next year we might be going to Europe and going to like a Reformation trip, or maybe we'll be here in America going where like the early Adventist pioneers were. So we have different trips. So like we can't keep carrying over the points, because like if you're already at servant leader, then you just kind of like automatically earn it every year. That doesn't seem quite right. But because we started later in this year, we decided for this year and this year alone. So do not ask next year, because the gates of mercy are going to swing shut on the gates of grace, everybody. To quote C.D. Brooks there. So So this year we are not going to reset the points. So whatever you have, so you can get your teams active, because some people, I have heard rumors that people were not wanting to be too active because they wanted to save their points for next year. One, you're kind of genius, but two, it's about evangelism. So we don't want people to not evangelize just because they want to earn Jerusalem. So as God has also gifted us many second chances and much grace, we are doing the same thing. So we hope that this makes you guys excited, as it probably does the person who suggested it to us. He did get a heads up on it, so he did know in advance. But so one, if you have any suggestions, any ideas, again, development is kind of expensive. I had to give my proposal of my budget today. That was super fun. And I did have to even cut some things. I'm going to try to squeak some in there though. So just, but I just want you to know, if you have suggestions, please send them to us. And it could just be even on how to build community. One thing I would love is suggestions on what would you like to see videos created on. So why don't, if you aren't in Discord, you need to join our Discord. You can go into the app, into the more area, and you can click on help. It'll link you to Discord. I encourage you to all join Discord, and in the general chat area, let us know, what would you like to see videos created on, trainings on how to use the app. I know Rena's talked about the transfer. We'll make a video and we'll start posting these videos so that we can kind of like help teach our teams how to do different things. But we need to hear from you. What are the things that would help you the most and help your team? So on that note, we are going to end the evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Starting in January, our leadership book club will be going live. I'm super excited. Our very first book, I actually have it right here. It's my favorite book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. If you have not read this book, you need it. Sam, I know you got it, so you're going to need to listen to it because you're going to be helping this. And actually, my very first ever mentor is going to be joining us in this, Buster Swoops. He is a professor at Southwestern Adventist University. He uses this in all of his classes that he teaches. He believes it is a book that every Adventist should read. So The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry is going to be our first book in the book club. So be looking for that. And we will have our monthly meeting. But remember, the monthly meetings starting in January are going to be for junior leaders and above. So if you have not become a junior leader, get your 7 missions done, your 250 points, and we'll see you next month. We're going to close with prayer, and then we're going to shut her down. So let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just want to